Afternoon, gentlemen. How is everybody doing today? Today is Tuesday the 18th, as I checked in with my date and time service, Steve Farragher, over at the Big Shave. Although he assures me that he's not always right. Fair enough, we all have those days. Now, I decided to use Mitchell's again today. I did use, I only loaded for 30 seconds instead of a minute today. And it's what we're rocking, and I've still got lots and lots. Gonna use my Slim. It's up to 7. Got the old standby Wilkinson sword in it. Got a question, or a solicitation for commentary anyways, from, I apologize if I get this wrong, I think it was ERG 923, about trouble spots. I'll talk about them. I don't know how much help I'll be. I'll do my damnedest. Alrighty. Now I bet you find that the poor man's scuttle works best when you put your smaller bowl in your bigger bowl, Tim. There we go. So, as far as trouble areas for me, if you've been watching the videos for a while, you can figure out where they are. It's basically everything south of my jaw. Not necessarily everything, but a little patch here, a little patch here, and right here. Adam's apple's no joy either, but I've given up on that. I've cut it too many times. Do love Mitchell's. You have an adjustable Gillette nearly all the way open. You're wondering if there's a blade in it. You've got good lather. Steve mentioned how windy and unpleasant things were getting in Liverpool. You can hear it's fairly windy in Cambridgeshire too. There's my daughter's not real happy about napping. And he didn't mention what his pre-shave is like. One of the things that really narrowed down my trouble spots was lots, well not lots, was a lot more attention to pre-shave. Most of my face prep is passive. I shave out of the shower. Now that winter's, well not winter, but fall is here and it's cooling off, I'm not taking showers as hot as I tend to take, just because they dry me out, and I don't like being dry and flaky. I use Noxzema instead of hair conditioner in the shower. Just put it on after I wash my face and let it sit there until it rinse off and get out. That does wonders for me. And since I'm now making my lather before I shave, putting some clothes on, etc., I'm starting to play with pre-shave oil. I'm using a Erasmic moisturizing sensitive. I use about 4 drops. I do that the second I get out of the shower because my face is still really wet. Smear a bunch of that in, and then every minute or so just put a little more water on there. So in the time that it takes me to get all this stuff around, it's not so bad. And it does soften things up a little bit more. Quite the talker, isn't she? One thing I would caution against, and I'll talk more about these spots when I get to them next pass, don't stretch your skin too much. What you'll do is end up exposing more skin that's not used to having steel on it, and then dragging steel across it. Or at least for me, I ended up with some pretty bad irritation going overboard on stretching one day. I do stretch moderately, just basically to maintain enough tension on the skin so it's not all flopping around. Because I don't weigh as much as I used to, and now I'm just kind of have a jiggly face. This little ridge there, also not a lot of fun for me, but I just let it go because it's in the middle of a crease. It'd be like, you know, trying to shave your elbow or something. Sorry for the jingle jangle of my bowl in a bowl. This is going pretty well so far. When I use a more aggressive setup, sometimes I'll dig the brush in a little bit after the second pass to feel if I'm sprouting any irritation or not, kind of as a yardstick to how adventurous I'd like to be on against the grain. And today's answer is, why not? Let's go for it. I will guinea pig myself out, save you gents some irritation later. Yep, still set to 7. I'm getting real used to that tiddly-dunk sound that my camera makes when it shuts off. I do try to go really light with this guy against the grain when he is wound up so far. He still gets close, still does a good job. And you can see from the way my skin's moving, you'd think I was using a moderate bit of pressure, but really this razor is just floating. Just trying to use enough pressure to overcome the weight of the razor and gravity and, excuse me, the slope of my neck. That little patch right there grows in 3 or 4 different directions. Like a champ. I do love this razor. There's still a little bit. Hey, smear some lather. It's all good. Cool. That'll do. Need a little bit more there. I'm trying to really get better at, and failing miserably in what I just did, sticking to Mantic's idea of trying to make everything as straight as possible and shave the straight places and worry about the joints later. Too much, I guess, cartridge shaver mentality, even after not doing it for nearly a year now. There's still a little bit right inside of this crease. Feels good, why not? Work it in a little better. Because there's a fold there, you can't really come across it this way, you're just not going to hit anything that's in there. Hey, that light stretch did the trick. A little bit there. See, that stuff is actually growing this way. I only really grab it when I come at that angle. No worries. One more lather. Perfect. And just real light pressure. Oh, well, I would love to say none, but it's physically impossible to move something uphill without pressure. So, as little pressure as you can muster. That'll do. I guess the bottom line is, if you are really hounded by your trouble spots, shave slower. Pay attention to all the technique that you sometimes lose track of, or in my case most of the time just discard. Now, not chasing those because I doubt you could see it. But where the I get a few that I can't ever quite tame right here at the corner of my mouth, but the follicles that they grow out of stick out. Also have a bit of that down in that spot that I think I completely missed. That's pretty good. Let's get a rinse. No burning, screaming, or hell, I don't even think I'm bleeding at all so far today, so that's good. Got the old standby Aqua Velva. No, that's pretty darn good. A little bit of extra sting in this spot. Outside of that, face feels pretty happy. And Mitchell's itself just leaves my face feeling pretty awesome throughout the day. A little water on. Using C&E Nomad again. I need to head down there and see if they have any sandalwood in Cambridge. Because while the scent on this is pretty light and it matches a lot of colognes that I wear, or at least doesn't obviously interfere, I would prefer something a little less bright. But the moisturizing is just dead on what I need for my face. So I didn't really put much on my forehead yesterday as an experiment, and by the end of the day, by the end of the work day, excuse me, my forehead was really naturally oily, where my skin went, oh crap, I'm dry, and produced too much oil, and the rest of my face felt quite nice. That's like it does now. So that's that. If you're having trouble, slow down.